What's up, guys? This is Malcolm. You're on Malcolm Talks. Back at it again. I don't know why I always say back at it again when I ain't went nowhere. I'm back from where? I'm here. Hope you guys are doing great. It is a Thursday morning. I'm in traffic. I want to talk to you guys about pessimism and optimism. And this is a little bit of a ramble, but it's just a philosophy conversation. So you see all of these things going on in the world right now, especially in Ukraine. And I'm not going to get too political, but there's a lot of suffering going on over there. A lot of bombs being dropped, basically. A lot of innocent people losing their lives. A lot of terrible things going on, man. So if you're a religious person, if you believe in God, which I do, you do have to ask yourself, why would God allow so much suffering for people, when they didn't even do anything? They didn't do anything. I mean, you're a civilian, you're a child, you're just out here trying to live your life, and then boom, it's like, come on, man, that's terrible. But how does one reckon with these thoughts? See, this whole philosophy or debate or that question is an age-old question, been going on thousands of years, guys. Philosophers have beat this to death, trying to figure out, well, what is it? Is it pessimism? Is it optimism? Should we be, are people naturally good? Are people naturally evil? It's the age-old question of evil versus good, or whatever the case may be. So let's talk about it, man, just real quick, because I think people might have it a little bit twisted. See, look at social media. What does social media do? Social media encourages you, basically, to continuously post all of your happy moments, all of your successes, right? Social media wants you to be an optimist. It wants you to push all the successes. You might have a lot of bad stuff going on, but you push the success. That's great. But that doesn't mean that there's not, some bad stuff going on out here. We all know that much too. But see, here's the interesting argument about optimism. Well, the argument against optimism. Because what I'm trying to do with this video is I'm trying to get you to see a little bit of both sides. Because see, there's a deeper conversation underneath all of it. And hopefully I can get to that in this video. I'm going to give you an example. Let's just say you have a bucket of clean, fresh water. Look at that as optimism. Now let's just say you put a little bit of salt water from the ocean in that bucket of clean water. Can you still drink that clean water? No, you can't. A little bit of ocean water has completely tainted the salt, the fresh, clean water that you have. So it stands to reason then, if that's the case, that if I have 5 bad things that happen to me today, and then 5 good things that happen to me today, the bad things actually outweigh the good in terms of their intensity. So this is one of the things that you got to think about when it comes to optimism and pessimism. It almost feels like the bad things hurt worse than the good things feel good. So for that reason, you want to focus more on the positive. Like, I'm just going to force myself to think positive because negative things have more weight, feel like sometimes, right? So that's one reason why people can be, why they can think that being an optimist is the better route to go. But let's go on the pessimistic side. Because sometimes optimism can be a little funny. And you got to be careful about that. Because optimism, if it goes too far, it can actually become cruelty. Let me say that again. Optimism, if it goes too far, it can actually become cruelty. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. If you're living in Ethiopia and you're experiencing droughts, and you're a child and there ain't no food or water, and you're sitting there, I think Dave Chappelle actually did a skit about this. He did a comedy sketch about this. You have people suffering in all these different situations. The optimist will come over there and be like, hey guys, listen, you got to think positive. Come on, guys. I know you're hungry. I know you're thirsty. As long as you can think positive about it, you'll be fine. Think your way into a better situation, guys. Make a vision board about some water and food. It's like, come on, man. That's cruel. What they need is help. So the optimist is more prone to turn a blind eye, right, to things that are going on in the world because they feel like, hey, that's on you. And see, that thought process, it creates a whole nother wave of other thoughts that tumble into other thoughts in my mind, triggering these different ideas. Because see, the reality is it takes a good mixture of both optimism and pessimism. You need both. You need both. And what I mean by that is you need to be a hopeful pessimist. And so I'm trying to break it down as best I can, man, just because we experience things in life and we're trying to figure out how to make sense of it all. And the fact of the matter is we don't know what's going to happen next, man. We don't have there's no rules to any of this. I mean, we could try our best to understand what's going on in this world, but all you can do is just experience life and then adapt. That's why I feel like I'm almost like a prepper in a sense, because I'm looking at the world and I'm looking at everything that's going on in the world. And yes, I'm an optimist in some respects. Like, I think positively about life. I have positive expectations about life, but at the same time, I know it's fickle. You never know what might happen. You never know. That's why you almost have to prepare for the worst, just because you just never know. You want to be prepared for things, but at the same time, you want to also keep a positive outlook. And I think this is difficult. This takes a certain level of maturity to be able to do that. How do you think positively, but at the same time understand that bad things do happen and you have to be prepared for them? I don't know, man. It's a lot of different things to think about. And I know it's a lot of people going through a lot of things. All I'm saying is it's okay not to be okay sometimes. It's okay not to be okay sometimes. Don't beat yourself up too bad. Like, oh man, I'm not thinking positively enough. It's like, come on, man, chill out. Chill out for a second. We're human beings. We have feelings. Acknowledge them and keep it moving. You got to go back and forth. It's okay. It's okay to be on the dark side for a little while. Just don't stay there. Face and accept everything that happens. Understand that you can't tell the future. You can't predict the future. But don't fall into the trap of, thinking that it's 100% up here and nothing in your outside environment has any impact on that. It does. I can't step on your shoe, right? And then tell you, nah, man, you just need to think positive about me stepping on your shoe. It's like, nah, you need to atone for that. You stepped on my shoe, bro. I can't, So anyway, that's all I got, man. Comment down below. What do you think? Are you a pessimist or an optimist? What's your general take on it? How do you feel about it? Comment down below. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you want me to talk about next. And I'm gonna holler at you guys next time, man. Peace.